All right. So, for those of you who are not aware, Riley Gaines, a professional swimmer, was accosted at San Francisco State University yesterday by a mob of trans activists or trans ally activists, protester, blah, blah, blahs at the university based off of her commentary on trans participation in women's sports. That's right. A young girl, probably in her late teens, maybe early 20s at the latest, was attacked by a violent mob. And when I say attack, I'm not using it in a hyperbolic fashion where, oh no, a bunch of people were yelling loud and angrily at them. Yes, that was a part of it, but she was also physically assaulted by a man, pretty much based off of her own description. And I just want to say, this is a very, very, very hard line. I am absolutely, totally against this with every modicum of my being. And there should be retaliatory measures taken in this regard. Oh no, we're talking about retaliatory measures now. Am I saying that everybody should go burn down a, swimming arena or go and assault their nearest trans person? No. But retaliation in a legal manner against the school that allowed this to happen and any and every single one of the students that participated in this is a must. The school must be held accountable for these actions because if something bad did happen, but if something worse happened to that little girl, they would have hell to pay for that. And if the parents aren't already gearing themselves up to legally fight the school and the students who were involved in that situation, which there is plenty of footage of, and I'm sure they're holding on to that so that investigations can be properly conducted. Well, that is the avenue that they should be taking, and they should know that they have national and probably international global support in their corner because this is where this madness ends. We as men, I'm a man like a real man with all of the pieces. I have all of the pieces that it takes to be a man, and I've had it since day one. So, me being a man, seeing other men, which is what you guys like to call transgender women, those are men. Seeing those men assault and harass and creep out and make women feel uncomfortable is our problem. Men, that's right. Because you can't let men harass and abuse these women under the guise of claiming that they're women and let the lack of sensibility of modern society trick you into trick you into thinking that you're a bad person for standing up for somebody who can't defend themselves. I know you've been seeing the stories about these UFC fights with that one freaking, I don't even know that person's name, who keeps crashing women's skulls in. That is a problem. If I was a UFC fighter, I would have a problem with, I do have a problem with that either way. And to see that happen to a person outside of combat sports, this is a swimmer we're talking about, but to see that happen to a woman in general should be unacceptable. People are angry, but they should be more angry, more upset. This should shut down everything at that school until it is resolved, compensated for, and promised that it will never happen again. Because I guarantee you that once I'm not even a parent yet, and I feel so bad for her and her family. But once I become a parent, man, I know I live in Florida myself, so I'm not even going to have to go through too much of that craziness. But I say all that to say that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated moving forward. If you haven't seen the footage, I highly recommend you go look it up. It's going to piss you off if you believe that this LGBTQ agenda is being forced down everybody's throat. And it should, because seeing a woman be harassed like that should strike a nerve in anybody, but especially men. So this is my urge to all men who are watching this. Don't let them fool you into thinking that these people are women, or these people in these situations are women's problems, because that's not the truth. The truth is that this is a problem for the nation, but this is a nation that was built by men, the founding fathers. So if you're a man and you think that that actually means something, you know what it means to be a man, a male, then we have to stand up and say something about this and do something about this, because it's going to get worse from this situation. And one day we're going to turn on the TV and see violent mob murders or kills such and so for speaking out about what they believe. We've already seen the Covenant shooting. We've already seen the Colorado Springs shooter that was thwarted before they were able to kill anybody or do anything, cause harm, fortunately. But if you can't tell, the severity of the situation is escalating, and we have to be prepared for that. So I definitely urge all of you guys to stay on your P's and Q's locally and to pay attention nationally to what is going on, especially if you have loved ones, specifically daughters, wives, sisters, mothers that you care about. Because safe spaces for women are becoming increasingly minute. They can't even go to the bathroom without the fear of some freak walking in there and doing God knows what. I don't know necessarily how, that'd be lying. It's social media that conditioned us to be like this in America, but it has to stop and it has to go in the opposite direction. I'm not afraid to speak out. I'm not afraid to be labeled a hateful person, because I know you would never, ever show up to my place like that. Those people would be afraid to come where I live. Let me just put it like that. You, not because of me. You probably wouldn't. You just wouldn't even come to my side of town. I can guarantee you that. I can show you what it looks like out there if you want to. And I can show you that I walk around without a fear in my heart at all, because I'm protected by multiple things. But I say all that to say that you'll never see a video of me being accosted in that way, because niggas don't want to die, quite simply. Pardon me for my French, but I don't have much to withhold from these kind of conversations. So if anybody sees this and takes what I'm saying as a personal challenge, and you want to see if you could press that line with a person like me, let me make an example of you. Okay? But as far as it goes, and as far as people aren't stepping on my toes, I'm still going to be doing what I can to make sure that y'all ain't messing with no women or anybody like that either. None of this will ever happen when I am there. That's my guarantee. And I would like all men to take that same oath. And then we have to go a step further to find where this is happening and stop it there too. I could obviously talk about this forever, but it's infuriating to me. So I want everybody to enjoy their holiday weekend, but be mindful. As you go to your church mass, you never know who is going to be showing up that hates God and Jesus and love and religion so much that they just want to cause pain to you and your loved ones. That's what we have to be mindful of this Easter weekend. And I'm a Muslim, but I have love for any religious person who follows the word of God and tries to walk the path of Jesus Christ. I have nothing but love for you guys. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you. Just stay safe out here. But the way that we stay safe is by staying on, I don't want to say the offensive, but staying ready, staying alert, keeping your eyes on what's going on there, because it's not going to get easier. All right, you guys.